evening to you. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductors Show. Man, I'm getting ready to get out of here and go to the White House, but this is one of the things I want to let you know. Wait a minute, let me turn this music off. If they really want you, they gonna get you. You ain't got no rights. When they want you, you ain't got no rights, man. Okay? They'll trample all over your rights to get you. And what you gonna have to do is you gonna have to fight that. And unfortunately, what's going on, gamer? Unfortunately, most of us don't have the money to fight injustice that we receive. What's going on, Bernie? How you doing? Thank you for joining me, brother. You see, that's the problem. See, most of us, when we are treated wrong, we ain't got the money. Okay? How you doing, Bernie? Thank you for joining me, brother. Gamer, everything's going good, brother. Okay? So, just I'm gonna give you a classic example. When they want you, they gonna get you. Look at the guy that was up in Utah that they just killed. That was threatening. Um, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Bernie. Look at the guy that was sending all of these threatening messages to Biden, and they went in his house and they killed him. Okay, they said that he raised a gun or something. You're right, absolutely, and this is the problem. Okay, when people want you, trust me, man, you ain't got no rights. When they want you, they'll trample all over your rights. And you got to go not only fight the injustice that you receive, but you trying to get your due back. And seeing the problem with most people right now, y'all ain't never been screwed by the system. See, that's the problem with most folk can't identify with being screwed by the system. See, when you've been through the experience, then you know they don't play fair. Okay? Thank Bernie. Man, I appreciate this brother. This brother, every time he come up in here, he send me $20. And sometimes I be really needing that money, man. I'm telling you, sometimes that brother be sending me some money. That's when I really need it. Okay? All right? And I thank you, brother. I thank you. You and Everett, man, thank you. Okay? It isn't fair. Okay? And seeing people, and when you say that, see, let me tell y'all, the one thing they don't want is somebody that's going to speak up, that ain't scared to speak up. That's what they don't want. That's the person that they going to trample over. The one ain't scared. See, the one scared, they got control of them. And when you really sit down and think about it, man, I want you to think about this. Our lives revolves around fear. Fear of if you do this, what's going to happen to you? If you go here, what's going to happen to you? Yeah, if your credit is bad, look at the fear. Look at the fear, man, that they control us with right now. Okay? Look at the fear that they use to control and manipulate us right now. If you don't do this, this is what you're going to have to face. What's going on, Patty? Okay? See, and this is what, and most of us ain't even conscious of this fear, that we're being manipulated with fear. You know, don't speak to them. They might rob you. Stay away from that. Look at the fear. Every day that we go through life, look at the decisions that we make based on fear. Based on fear. And once they get you scared, they got control of you. Cause you ain't gonna buck. Okay? You ain't gonna go against the system. See, cause the one that's gonna go against the system is the one they're gonna make the example out of to keep the rest of the people in check. See, they'll make an example out of you just to keep everybody else in check. And most of the time, it works. Most of the time, it works. What's going on, Edward? So don't think for 1 minute, man, that the system is fair. Don't think it's fair because it ain't fair. All right? I'm a witness. It ain't fair. Okay? The system is not fair. And that's for all people. Because the system will trample over white people just as quick as it will anybody else. Okay? If they want you, they're going to get you. And they'll do whatever they can. Okay? They'll do whatever they can. And you ain't got much recourse. And see, thank you, Bernie. Thank you. And see, here's the problem. They know most of our financial status. So they know in order for us to really put up a fight, we got to have some serious money. Because ain't no lawyer going to take your case without any money. See, they got a student loan they got to pay off. Okay? And they want the bird in the hand, not the bird in the bush. See, that's what lawyers want. And most folk go to a lawyer with a bird in the bush. Okay? Because they ain't got no money in their hand. And that lawyer ain't going to take your case based on that bird that you see in the bush. Okay? Because they want a bird in their hand to be able to do what they got to do. And that's how the system gets you. That's how the system gets you. Ain't no fairness, man. They got to pay a student loan off. You can't blame them. That's their job, man. They got to pay a student loan. So they're not, and most lawyers are not in the position to do stuff pro bono. You know, the lawyers that you see doing pro bono work, man, they well set. They've been established, but the majority of these lawyers out here, they ain't got that kind of leverage, man. And that kind of success behind them that they can come and represent you pro bono. I don't care how good your case is. Okay? You're going to have to put up some money. It's just that simple. And that's the discouraging part for most folk, because they don't have the money to fight it. They just start accepting it. That's just the way it is. If you want to find any corrupt police officer on the police force in any city, go to the ghetto. Go to the ghetto in the hood and ask who the corrupt cops, and they'll be able to tell you, point every one of them out to you. See, because them corrupt, see, if you don't know your rights, they'll trample all over you. And most of us are emotional. See, we make our decisions based on emotions, and they make their decisions based on the law. And because we don't know the law, we get screwed because we don't know our rights. When you know your rights, see, you can stand up and defend yourself. See, when you know your rights, see, you can check a situation before it get out of hand when you know your rights. But if you don't know your rights and you get emotional, it's gonna get out of hand. All right, man. Listen, y'all. It's a full moon starting today. At the end of the month, gonna be a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. All right. Well, let me tell you, man. Um, I fought corruption in DC Police Department, and when I first started bringing up my complaint, they told me I was lying, I was making it up. That's why I ran for mayor, cause they told me I was lying, and two cops ended up going to jail. George Hardy and David Brooks both went to jail for accepting bribes. The same bribes I tried to tell them about 7 years earlier that they told me I was lying. And because I spoke up, I became a target. Okay? I can show you where, when I was working for Metro, my arbitrator used two different letters with two different dates, and he combined them together to justify my termination. And I had no recourse because once an arbitrator ruling is it's final, and they know that, so they can screw you, and it's final. Okay, his decision is final, regardless if he screws you or not. It's final. So I've been down that road, man, and people call me crazy because I wouldn't accept the fact that I got screwed. You know, they wouldn't. I'm crazy. I'm holding on to something because I got screwed. Okay, I see somebody message just let me see what this message is here. What that? Well, um, uh, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. Um, well, you know, man. See, Bernie, the problem is we give up. That's the first problem. We're too easy discouraged. That's number one. See, ladies and gentlemen, when this is why, man, your diet is so important, and especially in this day and time, your diet is extremely important. Why? Because based on your diet will determine the strength of your nervous system. If you got a lot of toxin, eating a lot of junk food, a lot of sodas, a lot of sugar, you got a weak nervous system. You got a real weak nerve. You can't, if somebody come around you and start doing this, it would drive you crazy. All right? If they just sat and did this, it would drive you crazy. Okay? All right? Pay attention, man. All right? Get your diets together because that's going to determine what you're going to be able to withstand, how much adversity you can withstand based on all of the toxin. What's going on, Jason? Okay? Get your diets together, y'all. All right? Because as it says, as above, so below. And right now, man, it's some activity going up in the heavens with the alignment of these stars. And that's going to be a different gravitational pull. Yeah, I'm going. I go every day that I'm not doing tours. Yeah, I'm going. I'll be down there. Sure will. Be right there. And that's getting to be an interesting place. Uh, well, yeah, new moon on the 7th. Well, it starts today. Yeah, it's gonna start tonight, but the new moon, and see, and anytime you got something new, man, this is why I'm trying to tell y'all, you're gonna have some people that starting this new moon, they gonna still start with the same. I'm not even worried about him. I'm not. He's the least of my problems because his nervous system is weak, and I know his nervous system is weak because I see the stuff. I see what he be eating. Okay, I watch him, and all I got to do is just stay patient. His nervous system is weak. He'll come out with a flare, with a bang, and fizzle. Give him he a 3 minute man. Might not even be a 3 minute man, 1 minute man. he he might be a 1 minute man. Bam, bam. That's it. You see? So you pay attention to stuff like that, man. And what I'm telling you grows on you. You don't get it automatically. Okay? This stuff grows on you as you mature. You start seeing these things. You start understanding. Y'all, um, I'm gonna try to tie this up, and then I'm gonna. There's a um, there's a story in the Bible about uh, here it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. There's a story in the Bible about let's see here. Kings 3. Okay. Um, okay. So, so, um, Elisha was like Elijah's valet. That was Elisha was like Elijah's valet. Whatever he did, wherever he went, he was there by his side. And Elijah told him, if you see me, and come to think of it, man, um, Elijah never saw death, didn't see death, because the Lord took him away. Okay. And he told Elijah, if you see me when God is taking me away, then my anointing will fall on you. So, uh, 16 through 19. So, let me read this story because I find this. Let me see. This is Second Kings, chapter 3. I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at verse 7. Then he went and sent to Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, saying, "The king of Moab has rebelled against me. Will you go with me to fight against Moab?" And he said, "I will go up. I am as you are, my people as your people, my horses as your horses." Then he said, "Which way shall we go up?" And he answered, "By the way of the wilderness of Edom." So the king of Israel went with the king of Judah and the king of Edom, and they marched on that roundabout route 7 days. And there was no water for the army, nor for the animals that followed them. And the king of Israel said, "Alas, for the Lord has called these three kings together to deliver them into the hand of Moab." But Jehoshaphat said, "Is there no prophet of the Lord here that we may inquire of the Lord by him?" See, and this is one of the things. Is there nobody, no man of God that we can inquire of to what's going on? You gonna tell me the Lord ain't talking to nobody in all of this darkness? Somebody. But listen. So one of the servants of the king of Israel answered and said, "Elijah, the son of Shaphat, is here, who poured water on the hands of Elijah." And Jehoshaphat said, "The word of the Lord is with him." So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat and the king of Edom went down to him. Verse 13, listen to this. Then Elijah said to the king of Israel, "What have I to do with you? Go to the prophets of your father and the prophets of your mother." But the king of Israel said to him, "No, for the Lord has called these three kings together to deliver them in the hand of Moab." And Elijah said, "As the Lord of hosts lives, before whom I stand, surely were it not that I may regard the presence of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, I would not look at you, nor see you, but bring me a musician." Then it happened, when the musician played, and the hand of the Lord came upon him, and he said, "Thus says the Lord." Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. "Make this valley full of ditches." Now you're in a valley, okay? You ain't got no water for you, and you ain't got no water for your animals. Okay? He said, "Make this valley full of ditches. For thus says the Lord, you shall not see wind, nor shall you see rain, yet that valley shall be filled with water, so that you, your cattle, and your animals may drink. And this is a simple matter in the sight of the Lord. He will deliver the Moabites into your hand, and you shall attack every fortified city." Now, verse 20. "Now it happened in the morning, when the grain offering was offered, that suddenly water came by the way of Edom, and the land was filled with water. And when all the Moabites heard that the king had come up to fight against them, and all who were to bear arms and older were gathered, they stood at the border." See, let me show y'all something, man. That's why you got to keep your mind right. That's why you got to keep your heart right. See, because when God starts working in your life, it ain't going to be explainable. And see, See, when God say go and dig ditches, not just one, dig ditches. Those are those are ideas. See, a lot of y'all ain't digging ditches with your ideas. See, because that ditch is a stream of income. See, you just got one ditch that you depend on. And God is telling you, dig ditches, more than one source of an income. And this is why most people are in bondage right now, because they only got one source of an income, and the rest of the stuff they get, they trying to get it illegally. You see? And that's why they doing all of this stuff, and that's why they fall to temptation, because they only got one source of income. And God say, dig ditches, and you're scared. Okay? Absolutely. See, everybody want to be blessed, but ain't nobody prepared a place for the blessing to come. God, dog. God, diggity dog. Man, I just bless myself. But see, man, listen, if God is going to give you the desires of your heart, man, you got to prepare your heart to be able to receive the blessings. And God can't come in no polluted heart with no blessing. Let me say that again. God can't come in no polluted heart with no blessing. Not at all. Okay? All right? It's just that simple, man. It's just that simple. Get your heart right and start digging your ditches. Your ditches are nothing but ideas. See, when you got a proactive mind, you always looking for an answer. You ain't got time for pettiness. You ain't got time for vindictiveness and revenge and unforgiveness, because you always, wow, man, thank you, Bernie. That brother then sent me another $20. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Rest of them gonna follow suit too. Okay? Thank you, man. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Rest of them gonna follow suit. Rest of them gonna follow suit. Okay? Man, dig your ditches, man. Dig your ditches. Get out there with your ideas. Get them in so they can hit the ground running. Man, look, I got my True Conductor brand. I have my tours, right? Got my True Conductor brand, got my tours. I got my hop on, hop off shuttle, and I got my dinnerware line. All right? That's 4 ditches I done dug right there. That's 4 ditches I done dug right there. And all I got to do is get one of them to work, and all the rest of them will follow suit. All I got to concentrate, I ain't worried about, man, just let me get one of them working. The rest gonna follow suit because they're part of my story. They are part of my story. They have to follow suit. I can't tell my story unless I bring them along. Okay? And then once I get those established, man, I can dig some more ditches. At 70 years old, I'm still digging ditches. And a lot of y'all complaining. A lot of y'all upset and angry and then quit and gave up. And I'm trying to show you, man, even at 70, man, still keep trying. What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? Most of my classmates retired. And I'm still out here banging on the head. That's one thing my grandmama told me. My grandmama told me a lot. But, one of her favorite expressions was, baby, if you kill the head, the ass gonna die. That's just how she would tell, baby, if you kill the head, the ass gonna die. And see, and a lot of us don't go for the head. See, go for the head. The ass gonna die. All right? Let me get out of here, man. I see y'all.